Welcome to the GCN Tech Show.
Coming up this week, we've got the most beautiful wheels you'll ever see, a fancy carbon chainring, Strava updates, and some shiny new shoes.
And our main talking point, how good does your bike need to be to race?
Oh, and if you haven't noticed, we've jazzed up GCN Tech Mega Base a little bit.
Looks all right, doesn't it?
First up, let's take a look at last week's poll.
Yep, we asked you, have you ever been involved with crowdfunding? And 22% of you said, yes, I have backed a project. 50% of you said, no way, not for me. And 28% of you said, no, but I would consider it.
I voted no, but I would consider it.
Would you?
Yeah, why not? What about you?
No, I don't think, never really been into that.
Not brave enough?
No.
Also, good to note that the percentages add up to 100% this week.
That is good.
Yeah.
Good maths this week.
Right then, on to our main talking point, discussing how good does your bike need to be to race? Like, do you actually have to have the best bike about?
I'm going to jump right in there and say no, you don't. As long as it has two wheels that turn, it's got gears and brakes, that's all you need to race.
Now, I'm inclined to agree with you here. I don't think it matters what type of bike it is, as long as it's allowing you to race. Now, this is especially sort of crucial at entry level, because technically you could enter a road race on a mountain bike, and it's meaning that you're going to be able to mix it up and get involved.
But you probably will be on a disadvantage on a mountain bike. But I think it is about having the correct bike and similar style of tech to everybody else, and it really does depend how much you read into that.
Yeah, I guess you could take our Eurobike as an example. Yeah. Pretty basic, pretty entry level, but it is going to be more than okay for 90% of the things you want to do. However, if you are going to race and take it slightly seriously, then you are going to be at a bit of a disadvantage because it hasn't got things like combined gear and brake levers. You've got separate brakes and separate gear levers, meaning, well, you're going to be at a slight disadvantage to your competitors.
Yeah, it's a bit of a long way to change gear down there, isn't it?
You might get caught out with some attacks.
Yeah. At entry level, I feel like you just need the legs and the tactical nous, and that'll get you pretty far in the bike race. It's just at that really high level in bike racing where all these little marginal gains really do make a difference in equipment. So in the Olympics and at World Tour level, that's when they'll make little changes to their bikes that'll save them 5 to 10 watts. Whereas if you did that when you first started racing, going to make no difference whatsoever.
I'm actually inclined to agree with you here. So even if you've not got the best bike in the world, maybe you've got quite an entry-level bike, there are a few upgrades that you can make which are really going to have quite a significant impact on the performance of your bike.
Yeah, things like changing your wheels or your group sets, putting different tyres on, even making little differences to your position. That's going to save you watts. Actually, the other day, Ollie was telling me that Rod Ellingworth, he now works for Team Ineos, used to make the Team GB riders ride on Ultegra instead of Durace, as he thought it was more than capable of the job, and I guess it is, isn't it?
I actually used to have Ultegra on my race bike as well, not because I just thought it was up to the job, but because the team used to have to buy all their group sets, and therefore having the slightly cheaper option of Ultegra compared to the more expensive Durace, and if you multiply that across, 30 or 40 bikes, well, it's a considerable savings to be made, isn't it? Yeah.
Actually, what was your very first race bike? Not race bike, or bike you entered a race on?
My first bike I did road racing on, actually, I had a cyclocross bike first. So the reason I did that was so my parents only bought me one bike, and then I could do cyclocross race in the winter, and then I'd just change out the tyres, and it'd be my road bike for the summer.
2 in 1.
2 in 1, bargain. What about you?
Mine was actually a hybrid bike, so it had flat bars, but before the race, I actually upgraded it, converted it to a drop handlebar.
So you've done screw riding upgrades, bike upgrades?
Yeah. And it was a giant, very basic bike, but it did the job.
Wow, there you go. Who knew? Actually, that brings me on to an interesting thought I just have. I wondered imagine if you could do the Tour de France on the most basic, cheap bike. Like, would Tadej Pogacar win the Tour de France on a beginner bike?
On a Euro bike?
Yeah, who knows?
Maybe we can ask him if he's up for it. Right then, let's finish up with a poll. What do you guys think? Do you think you need the very best bike to race on? Yay or nay?
Just click on the link in the description down below. That'll take you to the GCN app where you can vote. And well, I guess next week we'll discuss the results.
Yeah, looking forward to this one.
Oh, yeah. It's now time for Hot Tech, and first up this week is something which I spotted on Fact Creations Instagram page, and it appears to be some wheels which are being custom painted. Now, seeing as Manon, you're like good friends, best mates with them at Fat Creations, I've tasked you with the challenge of finding some details out.
Yeah, I have found some details out about these. And for you that don't know who Fat Creations is, they custom paint some really amazing bikes. And they actually helped me with my DIY spray painting bike video that I made. So if you haven't checked that video out, go and check it out to find out a little bit more about them. So I asked Ali what these wheels are for, and these wheels are actually one of a regular customer at Fat Creations.
They got regular customers?
Yeah.
Like people just regularly getting custom bikes painted?
I mean, I'd have every single bike painted by them if I could.
Yeah.
And so he's had a few different bikes painted, and he brought these wheels in and said, you know, what do you think we could do? And Ali said, oh, why not try something a little bit different? And the customer said yes.
Okay, what colour are these crazy wheels?
So these are a two-tone kiwi marble, green and gold, and they are absolutely stunning, I have to say. And when Ali was telling the customer about these wheels and the idea he had, he said that these wheels would be the difference of turning a few heads on a bike ride and turning everybody's head on a bike ride. And I think they really do attract some attention.
They attract some attention for sure. Something that caught my attention was the fact that they are rim brake.
Of course that.
Not that that's a bad thing, it's just presumably that would have taken a lot longer to like mask up the lines for where the
He said it was a little bit difficult, but he's done quite an amazing job, I have to say.
Yeah, I got to agree. Yeah, nice.
Cool.
We've got an update from Strava next, and they're now including points of interest on their maps so that when you're planning routes or even looking back at the route that you've just ridden, we can see some interesting places.
Yeah, you'll be able to see things like the best cafes, shops, bike shops, and great places to take pictures. And it's always useful to know on a bike ride where, you know, the best cafe is on your route.
And if you do take a cool picture, well, you just upload it on GCN app, can't you?
Yeah,
Might make it into the bike vault. Next up in hot tech is a chainring made out of carbon fibre, aluminium and titanium. What?
Wow, these look mega.
You sound a little bit sarcastic there.
No, not at all. This could be one of the first upgrades I've seen for the new DRS.
Yeah, so this is a chainring made from a company called Carbon Tie, as the name suggests, renowned for making products out of carbon and titanium. So the main structure of this chainring is made from carbon fibre. The teeth that run around the edge, so the parts that are going to get worn out, are made from aluminium.
Well, it does actually sound quite cool now.
It is pretty cool, and it's interesting to see that we're starting to see upgraded and different parts available for that new Dura-Ace group set. And I've got the weight of the chainring here, which is quite an interesting fact.
Go on, hit us.
104 grams in a size 52 tooth, so that's kind of a fairly common size.
That weighs less than the amount of flour you put in a cake. More than 104 grams.
I can't say that would be a way I would normally reference the weight of a bike part, but
the way my brain works.
If you want to jazz up your bike, there's a cool way to do it.
And final bit of hot tech for this week, Specialized have released a new shoe, and these are an update from the S-Works 7s.
So effectively, we've got the original S-Works 7 shoe with a new upper and a lace enclosure system to give a more supple and adaptable fit, I believe. So the weight of these shoes is 236 grams. I'm pleased you remember that. Thanks, helping me right out. That's for one shoe in a size 44. So if
one shoe?
Yeah, so if like most kind of people, you have your shoes in pairs, that's 472 grams for a pair. Pretty light though.
Quick maths there. Yeah, and I actually saw on Instagram that Alec Briggs has got himself a pair already, and a custom made pair as well. Yeah. I did a bit of paint, and watching the video I thought, that's gonna look really good. But actually, they did turn out to be pretty sick.
It looks like a real messy job, but I gotta say... It looks like
you just whacked the paint on, but turned out, I might try it.
They look super bling. Anyway, I'm also on Instagram, actually. You should probably follow me. How many followers have you got?
77.4k.
1,000?
How many have you got?
4,900 something. Under 5,000. God, well, I think everyone's going to have to help me out. I'm miles behind, yeah. More hot tech next week. It's now time for screw riding upgrades, buy upgrades. This is the part of the show where you submit evidence.
Whoa, Alex. We have an important announcement to make.
Oh.
Cue the sad music. This is going to be the very last screw riding upgrades, buy upgrades in the GCN Tech show ever.
It is going to be no more. So this week we're going to announce the winners from last week, and obviously your water bottles will be sent out to you. But we feel like it's run its course and we've got something far more exciting, interesting and elaborate that we're planning and is going to be coming, well, in the coming weeks, I
Yeah,
guess.
we've got something very exciting coming, so stay tuned. But Alex, let's get along to the very final results.
Almost got a little tear in my eye there.
Yeah, it's very emotional.
So last week we had, in GCN Tech Show 212, Christiana Van Ross with their bike pulley storage system up against Helmi Weija with the Polygon Stratus S2. Ooh. 56% of the votes went to the bike pulley storage system. I don't know if you saw the show, but...
I did.
Just bikes up in the air. Simple.
Bikes up in the air.
I did see a few comments, actually, which said that the pulley system wasn't original, but whatever. Still won the bottle anyway. So get in contact with us on Facebook or any other social media platform, and we'll get the water bottle out to you. And that's going to be it. No more water bottles sent out. It's a sad time.
It's now time for everybody's favourite part of the GCN Tech Show. It's time for the Bike Vault, and this is a part of the show where you upload pictures of your bikes and we vote if they're nice or super nice. And if they are super nice, the bell gets rung and they get put into the Bike Vault forever and ever and ever.
I like the fact that when you're on the Tech Show, you take charge of the bell, whereas when it's me and Ollie, I'm allowed to be in charge of the bell.
Do you want to have a go?
Oh, yeah.
Nah. This is my time to shine.
Right. So last week's most voted super nice bike was this Orbea Orca M30 from
I love that.
MJM Burrows. This looks nice.
That is 100,000% a super
It's
nice.
titled it New Wheel Day. Yeah, I like that. Stealthy.
Is that gold chain too?
I think it might be a gold chain. COVID fist pump. Boom.
Does it still get a bell ring?
Yeah, you get your words out. You're just too excited to ring the bell. Right, first up this week is a submission from Patty Beaumay.
Patty Beaumay.
Patty Beaumay.
Oh.
Oh yeah, look at this.
This is a bit different.
It's a Windspace Hyper 65 with a very funky, I presume it's a custom paint job.
I'm guessing I've never seen one of these before.
Oh, I like that.
That is very nice.
Not in Biggie Smalls, but the chain is nice and level.
Is that a purple chain too? Or has it got that purple wax?
It almost looks like oil slick coloured.
Yeah.
Oh,
rate that.
Yeah, rate that. Super nice.
That.
Go on. You did us all a favour there. Super nice in that. Next up is Sebaskas.
Sebaskas?
Yeah, maybe how you said it. With, what is this? A giant TCR 2021.
I mean, stunning view.
Stunning backdrop. That's incredible.
But
where is that? I don't know where it is.
Does it say?
No, it doesn't say. I'm not so sure on the presentation of the bike.
Yeah, presentation of the bike could do with a bit of work, but that bike has a lot of potential. We need to work on the angle a little bit, biggie smalls, the cranks, all the usual jazz.
I'm actually a little bit concerned that the forks, maybe the disc and the wheel is going to be getting scratched up on the rocks.
I did think that. I didn't want to say anything, but...
Look after your equipment. Yeah.
Be
right, next
careful
up,
out there.
Who have we got? It's just a nice from us. Sorry.
Next up, we got Jedi Dad.
Yeah. That'll do.
Yeah.
What is it? It's an Orbea Avant M20.
Oh,
look at the
hello.
logo. Double Orbea this week. We didn't mess about.
And we've got another gold chain.
Oh, another gold chain. Yeah, good. I like this bike.
Do you like it enough to be a super nice though?
Well,
they have lined the valves up.
Valves are lined, the tyres are aligned. There's no accessories on there. It's cranks are level. It's pretty well presented.
I think that can be
super nice. Go on, super nice. Yeah. Next up is TWB_Mike with, what is this? A TWB Co. Does that mean that he made it himself?
I don't know.
But it's made of wood.
Wow. This is different.
God, that is good. So good. I'm actually...
Fixie too.
So, yeah, fixie. It's so good. I'm actually zooming in 200%.
Yeah, me too. I zoomed in on it too. I want to see all the details on this one.
So we've got wood in the frame, and it looks like it's got a metal fork and steer tube, or carbon fork maybe. But I like that.
That you'd look so cool not you personally.
Yeah, not me.
Not you. You'd look so cool rocking around on that.
I like that. It's not quite at the right angle. The cranks aren't level, but I mean, how often do you see a wooden bike? There you go. Right, next up is Simon Atkin 9113 with a Specialized Roubaix from 2018.
Oh, there's a lot going on here.
Oh, Simon.
Farm livestock, keep gate shut.
Well, at least he's adhering to the farming rules. The gate is shut.
True, the gate is shut.
So the bike is at a jaunty angle, unfortunately. Whilst I do like this bike, it's not presented very well. It's in the incorrect gear. The wheels and the tyres aren't aligned. We've got a lot of accessories on there.
The cranks are lined up, to be fair.
Oh, the cranks are lined up, yeah. But it's in the wrong, it's not in the large chain ring.
Yeah.
So...
Still a nice, I'd say.
Yeah, it's nice, just not super
It made it onto the show. And that is the very last bike in the bike vault this week. I hate it when the show comes to an end.
Oh yeah, we absolutely blasted through those. And if you're at a bit of a loose end this week, maybe one evening or the weekend, why don't you check out GCN Plus? Because there's loads of cool racing on there, including all the good cyclocross that's on the moment, plus some really interesting documentaries and adventure films.
There's not just adventure films, there's also a lot of tech features on there as well, so go check those out.
I'm actually getting quite hungry. Should we have lunch?
Yeah, have lunch at 10:30, why not?
Yeah, it's whatever time we want to say it is.
Bye.
It's lunchtime. See ya.